وسلم
कलाम हक कलाम उसका, पयाम हक पयाम उसका, उसूल हक उसूल उसका, निज़ाम हक निज़ाम उसका। दुरूदों में सलामों में वजीफों में दुआओं में है लाखों की जुबां पर तज़किरा हर सुबह शाम उसका।
सल्ले अला रहमत आलम सल्ले अला रहमत आलम सल्ले अला अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व अला।
Alright guys, before I start today's vlog, I just want to let you guys know that we are on a time crunch only because I have to hurry up and get back to Moscow so I can head back to the States and work. Don't worry, I know I'm gonna have success with this channel, but it hasn't come yet. I still have to go back to work. You guys already know I'm a contractor. I drive all over the States, all over Canada to make sure I can keep doing these things, and until then we shall play with our time and play with our limits, but we are gonna be able to enjoy our day, and hopefully today's vlog is gonna be an interesting one too. But we still have so much left to do with these next couple of days. Now, as you guys saw, we were in the town of Elendut. That's where Makhachev is from. That's where his family's from as well. And right now, we went from Elendut to Grozny. And from Grozny, I went ahead and took a bus all the way to the capital of Dagestan, which is Makhachkala. Alright, so I know you guys may be asking why I'm going to these certain places where these fighters grew up, and why did I start this new era of the channel where I started fighting and wrestling back in Miami. Now, I think it's extremely important to always go back to your roots. And overall, I think in everything that I do, I always try to study the roots of things and then go back out, only because it gives me a better sense and a better understanding and a better way to be aware of certain things so you know how to handle the situation. Now, a lot of fighters, without them even knowing, lived in certain conditions that just made them to champions. Bringing us to what Joe Rogan once mentioned about Dagestan. You know, Joe Rogan's always talking about how Dagestan is the land of warriors. So of course I'm going to be curious about, you know, what makes them warriors naturally, culturally. You know, what is their basically their second nature, making them champions in everywhere they go, in every fight that they have. Now, I know Joe Rogan, in which I love, and I see a lot of his podcasts, Joe Rogan's always talking about how Dagestan is the land of warriors, kind of their second nature for them to become champions. And of course, I'm going to be curious. Someone that has been studying humanity for about 14 years and that loves martial arts and that is now mixing martial arts with humanity into these videos, you think I'm not going to want to, you know, come to Dagestan as well, to land of warriors, to where we have already 2 champions? So of course, we are in the capital of Dagestan, called Makhachkala. Islam and Khabib spent a lot of their youth and a lot of their time, and I think they still spend a lot of their time here when they have time to come visit their family. They spend a lot of their time here in the major city. So about 15 minutes from here, there is that famous beach where I know you guys seen Islam on top of his horse just riding through real fast through the sand of the beach. And that's where I plan to go to right now. So just go ahead and get to the beach to see what else we can get into. But that's not the only thing that we're going to be doing here. So I didn't just come to Makhachkala just to check it out. I came from Grozny all the way to Makhachkala so I could go ahead and get a taxi or a bus all the way up to their village, which is Bershi, Dagestan. And in Bershi, Islam and Khabib spent a lot of their youth, a lot of their time learning how to fight. A lot of time with their family. It's just a huge part of the reason of why they became champions. Their rural way of life made them into champions. I don't know if you guys seen videos, but you see how Khabib and Islam talk about these harsher conditions in which they had to go up the mountains and bring rocks down so they could be able to help construct a lot of the houses there. So what made me curious is, I want to check out this place. I want to see how, not only does it look beautiful, but I know and I'm curious about, what these conditions are. So not only is Bershi a beautiful village as well, and also located in the North Caucasus Mountains, it's also a place where I know this village, created these champions. And I know Islam's fight is coming up, in which I know that's going to be legendary as well. So what perfect time to go now to check out Bershi. And right after checking out the beach and a little bit of Makhachkala, we're going to go ahead and go up to the village of Bershi and check it out for ourselves. So let's go.
سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهد يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيم الفسيح سبيل الدموع
الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح فبالله كم تستطب القروح ويبرأ جروح الكسير الجريح وينشط ذاك السقيم العليل وقد كان بالسقم دهرا طريق تقال العثار العظام به ويغدو الهوى ككبش ذبيح بذكر الإله تطيب الحياة تسر أسارير وجه صبيح تسر.
And I hope you guys noticed something extremely different than what we've been used to in Moscow, Grozny, Elyut, is that the sun is out. And I'm super happy because, you know, I grew up down in Miami where there is also a beach, right? But, you know, most of the time the sun is out. And I think part of our happiness and part of our joy and part of the fact that we're always out and doing something, and which I think it makes me want to travel, is the fact that we always have the sun out. So it's definitely nice to be able to have the sun out and be able to enjoy it and be able to enjoy it with you guys too. But we're almost here to the beach now. Let's go ahead and get there. And guys, don't let the sun fool you. It's actually really cold over here. That's why I have my jacket on. I know the clear skies and the sun being out kind of makes you think it's really hot over here, but not. As you can see, everybody's wearing their jackets.
الرحيب الفسيح تنحى يا حزن واهجر فؤادا توكل بجد بعزم فصيح فإني علمت بأنك نجوى ولبس خبيث مضل قبيح تبختر ترجل بصوت وخيل فما لك في الأرض درب صحيح إلى الله عدنا وبالله نذنا ليطوى زمان بائس شحيح ليطوى زمان بائس شحيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعك الفضاء الرحيب الفسيح سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح.
It's been years since I've been on the beach, so it's so nice to be able to see the water, to be able to see the sand, just come out and see everybody just relaxed. Back in Miami, I used to go to the beach, sit down and reflect, and I mean, this makes me want to reflect, you know? Makes you think about, you know, just how crazy this last year has been, all the ups, all the downs, all the sacrifices, you know, it's insane. It's crazy to even be able to say that I'm here, you know, next to the Caspian Sea, here in Makhachkala. Never when I thought when I started this about a year ago, would I be over here, you know, in Russia, in the Republic of Chechnya, in the Republic of Dagestan, you know, meeting so many great people and taking these crazy adventures, you know, risking so many things, you know. It's been a crazy year. It definitely has been a crazy year. It's something I'm very grateful for, and I'm so happy everybody's been so welcoming, you know, and I honestly forgot that there's even a war going on. I honestly forgot about all the things they've been saying about Russia and Republic of Chechnya and Dagestan, to be honest with you. And yeah, I'm definitely excited to be able to go up. all the way to Bershi and check out, the Caucasus Mountains and, and see where Islam and Khabib is from. But for now, I'm definitely gonna take a couple more minutes to enjoy my time here at the beach. Definitely check out a little bit more of what it's made of, and then we'll go ahead and walk a little bit more, see if we can get something to eat, and then we'll just wait for the guy that's gonna pick me up to take me all the way to Bershi, and from there it's gonna be a whole new adventure. And there was one more thing I wanted to go ahead and talk about real quick before we leave the beach. I know throughout these videos you guys have been seeing the women wear what's called a hijab. The hijab for many women is something extremely sacred. And while hijab is very sacred to a lot of these women here, they become a little bit more flexible, so you will see some women not wear the hijab, but that doesn't mean that it's not sacred. So it is believed that the hijab is used because in the Muslim religion, Muhammad used to use a curtain to separate what was the public and his wives. So obviously they wanted a sense of privacy and reservation. So to them, the hijab is a direct symbol to Muhammad and his wives. And of course, by Muhammad doing this, he's showing that he values, his wives. The hijab is like a curtain covering their beauty, reserving their beauty, reserving their value, having a sense of reservation, right? So, they will cover their hair, they will cover their face, they will cover something that to them is extremely precious. And you guys have to understand that even while coming to the beach, although for many of you around the world, it may be a place to go ahead and get tan and go ahead and wear your bikini, and which is something acceptable as well. To them, even in a place so public, any place so open, you're still gonna go ahead and reserve yourself. So that's why you're still gonna see women here with their hijab worn, and you have to respect it, and you have to respect the beauty behind the hijab as well. So that's something I wanted to go ahead and mention to you guys real quick before we left the beach. But so I'm starting to freeze and become an ice cube, and I'm not able to speak as good, my law jokes and whatnot. So let's go ahead and leave the beach real quick before I actually become an ice cube. Oh, and those doubting, this is definitely the sand that Islam Makhachev used his horse to go down extremely fast right next to the Caspian Sea. So yeah, good times, good times. Who knows? Maybe Islam will let me borrow his horse one day, so I can go down and have an amazing montage of me just going extremely heroic and fast down the beach. But hey, I could dream, right?
كنت ميتا في بحور الغي والإثم غريقا كنت عابدا في قيود الذنب مملوكا رقيقا مد لي الشيطان من أسبابه حبلا وثيقا منكرات كنت آتيها غروبا وشروقا كنت ميتا في بحور الغي والإثم غريقا كنت عابدا في قيود الذنب مملوكا رقيقا مد لي الشيطان من أسبابه حبلا وثيقا منكرات كنت آتيها غروبا وشروقا كنت ميتا في بحور الغي والإثم غريقا كنت عابدا في قيود الذنب مملوكا رقيقا مد لي الشيطان من أسبابه حبلا وثيقا منكرات كنت آتيها غروبا وشروقا غازت الآثام لحمي ثم عظمي والعروقا كنت في التفحيط نجما يبهر الدنيا بريقا أجهدت سيارتي من شدة الزحف الطريق.
Before we go deep into the North Caucasus Mountains, which we'll be going to the village of Bershi, where Islam and Khabib is from, I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my very delicious meal that I see here in front of me. This looks delicious. I don't know what they call it. I'm not sure the name of the plate. I can't speak Russian, so we'll go ahead and just let that go. But yeah, I don't know what to expect up there in the villages. I know I'm going to be there for a couple of days. I'm sure the people are going to be amazing. There is a little bit of a risk going up there. Apparently there may be military stops, which, you know, that could be a little bit of an issue for me being a Colombian American, but I'm sure it'll be fine. You know, honestly, I haven't had any issues compared to other countries that I've been to, but from what I've been seeing, I think everything's been an amazing experience. And honestly, the experiences ever since I got to Moscow, to Chechnya, and now here in Dagestan, everything's been amazing. So I wouldn't doubt that going up to a humble and beautiful village is going to be an amazing time. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this breakfast that's in front of me, which looks delicious, recuperate some energy, get ready to go up into the mountains. It's gonna be about 3.5 hours. And yeah, let's go ahead and just experience that, see where Khabib and Islam is from, see where we get some fighting into, and just yeah, just enjoy our time. We have a couple of days left before we leave back to the States and go on to the next adventure. I'm still not sure what country we're gonna go ahead and pick. Yeah, I'm not sure what fighters are coming up next and what country we're gonna be going to, but I know that we're still not done here. So let's go ahead and see the land of warriors. And make sure to like and subscribe. I love you guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what we get into.